Did you just open a Social Security overpayment letter and feel your stomach drop? Take a breath. This video is going to do 3 things fast. First, I'll show you the one question that tells you which form you probably need. Second, I'll show you how overpayments actually happen using real numbers. And third, I'll show you how to protect yourself with proof, timing, and the right request. Here is the fork in the road. Are you saying Social Security is wrong about the facts or the amount? Or are you saying maybe the payment happened, but I should not have to pay it back? That one question decides almost everything. If you think the overpayment did not happen, or the amount is wrong, or the dates are wrong, or SSA counted the wrong income, that is usually a reconsideration. If you agree the payment happened, but it was not your fault, and paying it back would hurt you or would be unfair, that is usually a waiver. Here is the simple form map. SSA-561 for SSA got it wrong. SSA-632-BK for it was not my fault, and repayment would hurt me or would be unfair. HA-501 if you need to go to the next level and ask for a hearing. SSA-634 if you are not fighting the whole debt, but you need SSA to take less each month. And here is the mistake people make. They use the waiver form when what they really want is just a smaller monthly withholding. If your real issue is the payment amount each month, not whether the debt should be forgiven, that is usually the SSA-634 lane. Now let's do the first aha moment. We're starting with SSDI or Title II disability because this is the fast example. And to keep this example clean, assume you are already past any grace months inside the extended period of eligibility. This is a simple payable or not payable month. Here are the numbers. Your usual SSDI check is $1,200. Your wages for 1 month are $1,900. And in 2026, the EPE earnings limit is $1,690 for most people. So let's compare the numbers. $1,900 earned, $1,690 limit. You are $210 over the line. In this simple post-grace period month, the correct SSDI cash payment should have been $0. But SSA did not finish the work review yet. So SSA still sent your normal check, $1,200 paid. Now watch how easy the overpayment math is. Should have been $0, actually paid $1,200. Possible overpayment, $1,200. Here is the aha moment. A Title II overpayment can happen even when the person worked and even when the person thought they were doing everything right. Sometimes the problem is not that the person never worked. The problem is that the work review lagged while the checks kept going out. And if you reported the work and kept the pay stubs, upload receipt, fax proof, mail receipt, or date-stamped copy, that does not automatically win the case. But it can be very strong evidence later that the overpayment was not your fault. Now let's slow down and do the deeper SSI math. This is the part that makes the letter stop feeling mysterious. For 2026, the maximum federal SSI payment for one eligible person is $994. Let's say you worked a short job and earned $800 gross wages for the month. Now do the formula with me. Step 1. Start with gross wages, $800. Step 2, subtract the $20 general exclusion. $800 minus $20 equals $780. Step 3, subtract the $65 earned income exclusion. $780 minus $65 equals $715. Step 4, take half of the remainder. $715 divided by 2 equals $357.50. That number, $357.50, is the countable earned income. Step 5. Subtract that from the $994 SSI maximum. $994 minus $357.50 equals $636.50. So the correct SSI payment for that month should have been $636.50. Now let's create the overpayment. If SSA still paid you the full $994, but the correct payment was $636.50, the difference is $357.50. That is the overpayment. That is the second aha moment. For SSI, an overpayment is often not mysterious at all. It is literally the difference between what SSA paid and what the formula says they should have paid. And again, if you reported the wages on time and kept the proof, that matters. Because then your argument is not, I forgot. Your argument becomes, I reported this. The processing did not catch up in time. Now let's talk about the trap that catches a lot of SSI recipients: casino payout, lottery win, accident settlement. Here is the rule you need burned into your brain. Income this month can become a resource next month. In SSI, money you receive in a month is evaluated under the income rules. If you still have it at the start of the next month, it's a resource. Suppose you get a $3,000 settlement. Now do the simple receipt month math. $3,000 minus the $20 exclusion equals $2,980 of countable unearned income. That is way above the $994 SSI maximum. So the correct SSI payment for that month is $0. If SSA still paid the usual $994, that can become an overpayment for that month. But that is only month 1. Now comes month 2. If too much of that money is still sitting there at the first moment of the next month, it becomes a resource. And the SSI resource limit is $2,000 for one person. If you are over the limit at the beginning of the month, you cannot get SSI for that month. SSI usually cannot restart until you are back under the limit. And now the hardest warning. Do not panic and just hand the money to a friend. SSA says giving away cash is a transfer of resources and can trigger up to 36 months of ineligibility. So the smart move is not make the money disappear. The smart move is document everything, spend carefully, and keep proof. Keep receipts and bank records to prove the money was truly spent down. One more update most old videos miss. Since September 30th, 2024, food no longer reduces SSI under the in-kind support and maintenance rule. But shelter help and where you live still matter. So if your living arrangement changes, especially who pays the shelter costs, report that too. Now let's turn the math into action. If SSA is wrong, use Form SSA-561. If it's not your fault and repayment would hurt you, use SSA-632-BK. The usual deadline is 60 days, but to stop collection before it starts, treat 30 days as the urgent window. If your overpayment is $2,000 or less, current materials say call first about a waiver. One more thing people miss. If SSA cannot approve your waiver after the first review, they must offer you a personal conference. Current rules say that can be face-to-face, by telephone, or by video. And if you lose the earlier step and need a hearing, the hearing form is HA 501. Now let's clear up the $10 rule. A lot of people hear you can repay at $10 a month and assume that applies to every situation. It does not. If SSA is lowering withholding from a current benefit, the rate generally cannot go below $10. But if you're no longer getting SSI and are repaying by separate installment, it generally should not be less than $50 a month. Title II agreements also push for at least $50. So here is the game plan. If SSA is wrong, reconsider. If repayment is unfair, waiver. If the monthly amount is the issue, SSA 634, keep the pay stubs, the wage reports, and the receipts. Because overpayment cases are not won by panic. They are won by forms, formulas, and proof. I'm Linda, and I'll see you in the next guide.